And hello again, and here we are back in my garage, another week, another cup of tea, and another parcel's arrived to the bike. And here it is. It's come all the way from Japan. In here is my custom seat that I bought for the bike. So let's get that in the car, and I'll go down to Jeff's and we'll see how it looks on the bike. I'll also of course take down all the bodywork as well. Now it's been about a week since I last went down to see Jeff, so hopefully by now he's finished working on all the wheel spacers and bracketry to mount that Brembo rear caliper to the bike, and he may even have finished modifying the Z900RS front end to fit the old Z frame, but we'll see about that. And so we'll continue the video when I'm over at Jeff's and we can see how all that bodywork looks on the bike along with my brand new seat. Right Jeff, here we are, another week's gone by, just arrived. Yeah. And I see you've now almost finished the bracket for the Brembo caliper. It's done.
That's it. Wants rubbing and everything.
Yeah.
I've done it, and it's well, once it's out there,
thick, isn't it? Yeah.
The spacer, the original spacer, is perfect.
Yes, good. Can you just spin it around slightly so we can see it? Oh no, it's against the wall. That's it. That's it.
Better.
Yeah. Now, looking at that now, I'm going to annoy you now.
What?
It is actually very thick, isn't it? It's about whatever it is, 12.
Well, this is why I left it.
It has to be, I guess.
I could put it on the tape. You could mill some out.
Yeah, I'm just thinking we could do with some sort of
and go around that and leave that thick. I left it thick there because we need the. You could get an.
Oh no, it's fine.
You don't want to be putting anything behind.
No, I'm just thinking at the top there, which is more visible. Could we just take out something? We could. I'll draw a little pattern on it, and I don't want holes. I don't want a circular hole. You'll have to mill something out. It's okay.
I could. I mean, it's thick. Well, I think it's about 15 mil thick.
That's fine. Yeah. It is a bit of a chunky monkey, isn't it? So I think if we
could
can mill some sort of shape into it.
We could take 3 mil off it.
No.
It highlights it there where the spacer is. But I'd have to go around it, and then where that little bit is there, mill it round. You know, so it's got like a thicker bit there.
No. I think only the top part needs any kind of.
Or maybe a couple of holes in it.
Oh no, not holes. No. This is not. I'll look like a face now. Anyway, I'll come around the camera in a minute and I'll do my own little drawing and tell you what I want. A little surprised.
Little nose.
Little nose, yeah.
Ooh, some teeth in there.
No, we don't want that machined into the bracket. Anyway, that's that. You've also been busy. I see just next to the vice there. You've got some. What's going on down here? What have you been doing down there? You've been.
Oh, it's what I did was while I was.
Oh, is that
the other day?
This is for your superchargers.
That is for them. They're just that. Oh, that's the mandrel. That is with all the data points on it.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I thought it was for the. Clutch covers.
No. That's all there.
That's all there.
This is why I've got loads of things going on in here.
I'm sure you have.
It doesn't give you very much time to.
No.
Be going off.
Okay.
Chasing up mobile phones.
Well, now you've done that. That's great. So we'll take a look outside in a minute and we'll put it on the bike again, because I brought you the seat I want to use on the bike and I want to see how that looks outside with everything attached. You've also been busy apparently behind you. I can see you've got the yokes now separated for the upside down.
Yeah. That's what's come out of it.
What's a bit of a big one, isn't it?
It's quite, yeah.
You're saying it's a very tight fit. It was very difficult.
Well, what was happening was I left that in the top. Yeah. There, nipped it down.
Yeah.
I set it up on some shims on some pieces of alley in the press, because the only way you can press is there, and it's got the circlip, so it's got to come out that way.
Yeah. So it wasn't welded; it was just circlipped in place.
It's just
plus interference fit.
It's just got that little.
Yeah, it's got a lift clip on there. Yeah.
I put it in, and I put it in the press. I set it all square, and I was pushing, and I could see, if you're not careful, you could see that
bending, going to crack,
moving. Yeah,
not
you
good.
Thought
not good.
Something's going to happen there.
Yes.
So what I did was
you stopped. I hope.
The rubber. I think that is it. Whichever one. Oh yeah, that. Well, that's off the cower. Wherever I've put it, it might be in somewhere there.
Yes.
There's a rubber seal that goes on. Well, I set it up, just put a bit of pressure on it, and then got the oxyacetylene on
and
it.
warmed it up.
Warmed that.
With pressure, and then it just went, did it?
And you put a bit of pressure on it, and then suddenly, after about a couple of minutes, you just seen it go.
Yeah, it's out.
So I knew then that the temperature
Was about right.
I just kept it.
Yes.
That just sort of kept it warm, and then just pressed it, and it just comes straight out.
So now what you've got to do is
if you'd have tried that without any heat,
it's going to crack it.
You'd have done some damage to that, or that definitely.
Probably the lower yoke would crack. Yeah, so that's good news. Now, so next then you've got to make a spacer to accommodate the old Z1000 stem.
We've got there. That's that.
That's that. So, which is a lot thinner than what's going in there. So
basically what we've got to get is that's where the original bearing.
Yeah, just a sec, I'll just have to refocus because you've got it too close. Just a second. That's better. So just refocused. You can see it's an awful lot smaller than the original.
I think that's 30 mil, is it?
Yeah, something like that.
20,
the old one's 55 and not that much. No, it's 35.
It might be slightly under there where it goes in.
Yeah.
28.
28.
Yeah, because I think where the bearing sits is 30.
Right.
So yeah, that's 30. So yeah, what we need to do is make a top hat in stainless that ideally
interference fit. I mean, you don't have a...
No, what we need to do is ideally put something in there, like threaded.
Yeah.
Because if we press something on, it can pull out.
Yeah, we don't have a circlip anymore. Yeah, we don't have a circlip anymore.
We need now some means on that.
To secure it in place, yeah.
So the only thing we can do really is to press a piece of steel in there, say with a 10mm thread.
Yeah.
Or 12.
Fine,
12. Yeah. And then we can machine that flush. We then make a top hat spacer and use something like a stainless countersink. We press that the stainless top hat on, and then we use a stainless countersunk.
Yeah. So it's not easy. It's not so straightforward.
Yeah, because if you don't, that's going to run the risk
of slipping out. Even if it's been pressed in with a 10-ton press, it can still come out. Yeah. I'm much happier.
No, we want
a mechanical security on that. Yeah. So
it's.
Right,
and it's very difficult to, obviously we've got to press something on. We don't want to be, it's very difficult to weld anything to it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's got to come bigger here. So
yeah.
It's going to have to be, like say, we're going to have to press something in there or just weld it in.
Right.
Clean it, obviously, clean it up and then make our adapter.
Right, so that's great. So you put that to one side. Right, so I'm now going to come around the camera and I shall draw you what I think we need to have on here. Just a second, let me refocus it again. We're just going to remove Jeff's little happy face is drawn on that bracket. That'll do. And then if you pass me the... put that back in.
There you go.
Pass me my paintbrush, as it were.
Well, the pen.
Now, what I'm thinking is, this is not going to be very visible here, so don't have to worry about that. But this bit here is quite visible. So what I'm thinking is, either... all we've got to do is make it a bit lighter. I don't want holes.
Mill a section out?
No, not all the way.
Ah.
So we can go something like that. Little triangle. If you want to, you can do it like that.
Oh yeah, I was just going to suggest that. Yeah.
Now, sorry about that. That's my rubbish diagram.
Going about half the gauge.
Yeah, you don't have to go all the way through because then it's just going to let muck and grime come through. Just machine it in halfway, whatever. I'm going to get this whole piece hard anodised or ceramically anodised black probably, so it's a very tough finish. So I don't have to worry about polishing it and faffing about trying to keep it clean in the future. Yeah. But I think that's just a little bit heavy. I mean, it is heavy. It's very thick.
Yeah.
It might look a little bit too sort of crude, if you like. So we do a little bit of machining. Then
could hollow this a little bit.
You can if you want. Yeah,
you know, if you're going to do it, you might as well go down. You'll have to use a small cutter.
Yeah.
Go down.
Go down there and go down there, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, you could do it. See, if you've got it set up on the rotary table, it's not going to take much longer to do.
No.
Do it each side.
This will all be machined out about halfway through the
material. I think that's about 15mm thick.
So you can go in about 7 or something like that.
7 or 8mm,
just to make it look a bit more interesting, take a bit of weight off, and just make it look cooler.
Yeah.
That's the idea anyway.
Yeah, that'll do, yeah.
Right, okay, so that's great. Now, talking about making it cooler, I've got my new
Stick it in
custom
the
seat.
fridge.
No, I've got my custom seat outside. So in a minute we'll take all this outside again.
Oh,
I know. It's
you're lucky. I've put, you know, Tuesday I felt like crap.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, my knees were aching, elbows. I thought I had something coming on,
Oh,
but
dear.
the last couple of days
You've recovered.
perked up a bit.
But whatever it is, don't give it me.
Well, see how I've told you now that you're close up.
Yes, yes, I'm gonna. Yeah, just keep away from me. I don't
No.
need to be ill any more than I am at the moment. So
If you want to talk, this
we'll
is
take
now.
all that.
Well, I dropped them, but I machined one the other day and
Oh, yeah,
it went too short.
Oh, if you machine a spacer inside now.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll come.
It'll come out.
It'll come out. The face of that spacer is virtually the face of what's on the frame.
Right.
So if you put them on, it can move.
So what we're going to do then?
Right.
What we're going to do, Jeff?
So I've worked our measurements out wherever we've got it. The frame is with my Vern is measuring 234.5, give or take. It's
a tenth of a mil.
You know, it's very difficult to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This here with they're 4 milli. That's 8 mil.
Right.
So if you put that, what I've done,
Let me get behind the camera.
I've cleaned the faces up so
Yes.
so they're flush
Yes.
with the needle roller bearing.
Yes.
And what that measures, I think that's half a mil under.
Right.
Just looking at.
Well, don't forget we're going to also get the frame pad coat
Give
as well.
or take, that's 134.
Yeah.
So if they were fitted in, well, which we if we had a washer with 16 mil.
Yeah. You ain't going to go.
Yeah. But what we need to do, I mean, we're talking. It may want half a mil on the face there. You know, just clearance.
Yeah.
And you've got to allow for when it's torqued up.
And also allow for pad coating and all.
Yeah.
Okay.
What we need is. Well, they're 4 mil, so we're so we want something like 4 point or stainless. We need to make a couple of stainless washers with a 16 mil hole, so that it goes between them when they're in, and it's just got enough sticking out right.
Well, I've just got to buy a bit of, say, 20 mil stainless rod.
The only trouble is, I thought that's going to be a bugger getting it all in. They're going to slide. You've got to jiggle.
Yes. Oh,
so what I thought was best.
Yes.
Is. And I think I had a look before. I'll have to go and get some stainless cut. They're the original cups.
Yes.
But they've got a rubber sealing.
That's right.
And I was thinking, if we make some stainless cups,
yes,
even though they've not got a sealing, as long as they just slide over there and they're like 2 or 3 mil thick wall,
yes,
with a 16 mil hole, they'll slide on and then
stay there.
And hopefully with a bit of, once they're on with a bit of grease, it's a lot easier. Yes. So instead of using a flat washer, we need to make like a cup.
Yes, that sounds good. Well, I didn't want to use them anyway because they're all rusty and horrible.
No, I know, but they've got. But we couldn't use them because what's happening is with them, because it's 20 mil. If you put them up against the lug on the frame, you've only got about a couple of mil, and if you try and tighten it up, it's going to crush. It's not got a.
Okay, fine.
That's virtually the same as what's on the frame, and it's only got half. It's going to crush.
Okay. Well, we shall make a pair of new stainless cups without a seal inside, because there's no need for it. My bikes don't get ridden in the winter time, in all the rain and crap, so it's not an issue.
Now, what I'm thinking of is, while it's apart, we could drill this and put a grease nipple in it.
We could do.
So.
Actually, I'm surprised it's not already got one.
Well, I'm surprised. We could drill it. I did find That was one for the Bridgeport.
Oh, we found one.
Well,
it's off an old Bridgeport. Well, that'll do.
If we put a grease nipple in every now and again, you can grease it, and the grease will squeeze out.
Yes.
So
it'll keep it clean. That sounds good to me. Yeah, we'll do that.
I think before it's built, I think
yes, you can. Have you got a tap for that? Have you got a threaded tap for that?
I'm sure we can.
It's some sort of weird.
I think it's 1/8. It might be something like 1/8 MPT or
some ancient old thing.
It's nothing.
It'll do.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. In fact, I'm surprised it's not gone already. I guess these days
it can go
modern swing arms don't bloody fit them, but
that's the top. We could drill it there, put it underneath.
Yeah.
It's actually, instead of a one with a bend on it, might be better with just a thingy one, so
straight
it
out.
can go straight on.
Yeah. Well, okay. If you find one,
sort that. Yeah,
we'll sort that out.
I've got loads of grease nipples.
Right. Great. Right, so that's that.
We need to make them. So I need some 2-inch stainless.
All right, write it down. I'll get you some. Unless you've got some.
What? I'm just going to go and have a. What it is, I don't think I've got any two.
I'll buy some, Jeff. I'll buy some. It'll be here next week.
It'd be ideal if we could just get 2 discs.
I'll buy some.
Yeah. If you can get 2 discs.
Write it on a bit of paper. I'll take it home and I'll go and buy some.
Well,
no problem. I'm sure eBay will have something suitable. And now here we are in Jeff's back garden again. Just refitted all the parts I've got along with this custom seat. Pretty happy with it. Now everything's very loose right now. It's not quite in the right place. There's no rubber mounts for the tanks. That's not sitting straight. This isn't bolted down and so on. I have, however, got a problem because I couldn't get this side panel from Z Power, so I bought it from somewhere else. Just open the box now, expecting to fit, no problem at all. But it turns out to be a complete waste of time because this side panel, we'll just take it off, doesn't have any mounts on the inside, so I can't use it on the frame. Unless of course I go to a lot of trouble and make mounts and get them glued on and so on, which is completely a waste of time, so I shall not be using that side panel again. I'll have to wait to get a proper one, a correct one, from Z Power. And so this seat is not a standard Z1000 seat, it's a custom seat. It's got more of a drop here. It's not quite as big and sort of sofa-like as the original, which I'm pretty happy with. And I actually got it for a really good price because it doesn't include the strap on the middle of the seat. That's no problem because I don't fit them anyway, so I'm really happy with this. I got it for £210, which is a real bargain, considering it came all the way from Japan. So yeah, so far so good. And so next week we'll hopefully come back and find the front end on the bike.